City Pulse is sponsored by CN Vision Image Consulting, Chi, an international focus magazine. Music provided by Houston's own Dynamic Sound. HTV supports local businesses.
I'm Tiona Brady, Executive Director of the ACLF, and I am so excited to be your host on this edition of City Pulse. While this show features stories about council leaders and their districts, city departments, and attractions around the town, today's episode takes a special interest in health and wellness. We will talk about the cold and flu season, mental stress during the holidays, and relax with some pretty sweet dance moves. So, over the last few episodes, city department directors have had an opportunity to anchor City Pulse and promote job functions and initiatives. Well, I'm not with the department, but as a new resident to the Houston area, I'm really excited about the work the city is doing, and I'm looking forward to learn more about some of the city's initiatives. Cold fronts and temperature swings in the Bayou City have not been kind to residents and their immune systems. Joining me to talk about the flu season is Porfirio Villarreal with the Houston Health Department. Hi, Porfirio. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for joining us. So, a lot of people are curious to know, what exactly is the flu?
The flu is basically a respiratory illness that affects mostly your throat, your nose, and sometimes the lungs. And most people get ready or heal within a week or two, but sometimes it can be very severe. It can cause hospitalizations, sometimes even death. And it affects mostly, or people most vulnerable are those that are very young, under 4, the elderly, pregnant women, and those with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, that type of chronic illness.
Oh, wow. Interesting. It's really serious.
It can be because it can lead to a death.
Right, right. Wow. So I know that a lot of people tend to confuse having a cold with having the flu. What are some of the differentiating symptoms?
Well, basically, you need to think about it. If you're running around doing your errands, going to work, you have a cold.
Right.
If you're on your couch in bed, you have the flu because you have fever, chills, you don't feel good, you're fatigued, you're very tired, and you need to stay home. That way you don't spread it to other people because it is contagious.
Really? So it's a kind of an airborne.
That's it. So you can, when you sneeze or you cough and somebody healthy passes near you and breathes in the virus, then you can become ill. And sometimes, it's even before you start feeling the symptoms, you do get you are contagious.
Right. Wow. So what are some of the best ways to prevent the flu?
The best thing you can do is get a flu shot, and the best time is now because pretty soon in December, January, we're going to see the numbers of flu cases out there. Right now, we're seeing about 2% of the emergency room visits are due to flu-like symptoms, and the most impacted are those children, those under 4. We're seeing about 45% of those people showing up at ERs are children with flu symptoms.
Oh, wow. So there it is, people. We need to go out and get our flu shots, definitely, and take care of our young children and elderly citizens as well.
Yeah. And protect everybody around you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Porfirio, for joining us today and sharing this wonderful information. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being with us today. Do you find yourself stressing about the holidays? Mental relief tips when we come back.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Oh, Dad. That's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
It's happening in industries that might surprise you. Human trafficking is being forced, defrauded, or coerced into commercial sex or labor. If you suspect someone is a victim, call 888-3737-888. Watchfortraffic.org.
Whether you need a hand shopping for groceries, using up scraps, or finishing every bite, Meal Prep Mate can help you plan better and save more. Whether you're a newbie getting your first taste, a meal prepper honing your chops, or a meal prep pro hungry for a challenge, you can learn how to eat smarter, plan better, and save more at every step of meal prep. When you finish every bite, you save. Start prepping with Meal Prep Mate at SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back to City Pulse. The holidays can be overwhelming for some people. Reasons can be as simple as family coming to visit. But sometimes the symptoms of stress can be harder to classify. I'm joined by Calvin Tran, a senior counselor with the City of Houston's Employee Assistance Program. He's here to tell us about EAP and the best ways to manage stress this holiday season. So Calvin, why don't we start by letting the audience know what EAP is?
Well, EAP is a service that we provide all our city employees as well as their families.
Okay.
What we do is we provide supportive services, which include legal, financial, psychological, emotional, as well as behavioral support for our employees. And the best part is, it's free.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you cover the full gamut of potential stress points for people.
We try.
That's wonderful. So how can people manage their stress over the holiday season?
Well, for most people, the holiday season is the most stressful. So what I normally do is I tell people, give people 3 big tips, okay? First of all, what I tell people is keep your eye on the prize. The holiday season, originally, it was just a wonderful excuse for people to get together and build or reinforce all our, social relationships and bonds. And modern age with mass media and marketing, we kind of forget that.
Right.
So put things into perspective, keep that positive, outgoing outlook into your holiday season. 2, what I also tell people is a lot of times we kind of take too much responsibility and too many roles during the holiday season. What we do is we put too many eggs in one basket. Unfortunately, what happens is if you walk around with a basket overflowing with eggs, you're kind of gingerly walking along, and it's a difficult balancing act. So what we want to do is we want to get a couple more baskets and split them up. That way, it can be a lot more manageable for you. Now, I will even take it a step further and say, don't take all those baskets with you. Get some help. Have somebody assist you. If you're having a giant, massive dinner for Thanksgiving, you don't have to cook for 100 people all by yourself.
Right, right.
Have Uncle Joe bring his famous, mac and cheese. Have Aunt Sally bring her, pecan pie. Take some of that burden off yourself. Make your life easy.
That sounds like great advice, Calvin. Thank you so much for joining us today. You know what I like to do to relieve stress? Shop. But this particular Houston spot, you may want to get there a little early. Back with more City Pulse after this.
We know you didn't do it. Just confess.
Okay, you're right. I didn't use the 311 app. I mean, I saw the pothole, but I just got lazy. I mean, I didn't use the 311 app.
You are pathetic.
Who says that kind of stuff?
Use the City of Houston app for all your 311 needs.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
What does the skyline say about a city? It rises high above us, a beacon of homecoming for Houstonians and a warm welcome for new arrivals. And at the heart of it all, it's a symbol of Houston pride. I'm Jim Parsons. Let's meet downtown. Houston's iconic skyline is one of the most stunning in the country. An evolving vertical landscape, it's the work of some very talented developers and architects. From classic to modern, you never know when you might discover your new favorite building. There's so much to love about downtown Houston. To get my whole story, visit meetdowntownhouston.com.
Before we go, we wanted to share one of the programs you will find at the Kinder High School for the Performing and Visual Arts.
And he don't do what you want him to. Loving nobody's angel child, and he won't pay any mind to you. I told you truly.
We're the Kinder High School for the Performing and Visual Arts. We're really excited because we just moved into this building last year, so we're completing a year here. Our mission, especially in the dance department, is to provide a pre-professional training program for students who are not just academically strong, but also artistically strong and interested in possibly pursuing a career in dance.
Don't linger down.
It is absolutely amazing. I can't even put it into words. I'm so lucky to be at this school right now, and it's so much hard work, but it's so rewarding and it's so fun. It's such a fun place to be.
The mission, as I see it, is to prepare kids both academically and artistically to go live whatever dream they have. If they want to go into the arts after school, we give them a foundation. If they want to go into something other than the arts, we encourage that too.
They love seeing just good energy and people who want to work, and you don't have to be the best dancer out there, but as long as you're trying your hardest and giving it your all, then you can go and get anything you want in life.
As we close the show, here are some highlights from Sculpture Month, courtesy of the Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs. That does it for this edition of City Pulse. I'm Tiona Brady. Until next time, have a great day and thanks for watching. HTV, your story, your voice, your station. Got it. No, I think that's great because you're right. A lot of people You know, do I have a cold? Do I have the flu?
Start at City Pulse, the small one, and then just kind of pan over.
That was fast.